Hello, hello. Imaginary Villain here, and it's time to get down to doing more game dev. I'm not gonna lie to you, I was doing game dev before, and I'm just like, I should probably be streaming or something so I can pretend like I make any kind of content. I really don't. I honestly just kind of mess around with my game dev stuff and occasionally trick people. I mean, convince them to watch me. But yes, yes. 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 Also incredibly hard to see. I'm just gonna turn the lights back on for this. Main change I've been working on when no one was looking is reworking the systems here. So now I have a function I can call that literally tells it which direction to do and then lets them jump in that direction. And then I made one for moving as well. And the move one's kind of finicky at the moment. It's not quite what I want yet. Not horrible, but it needs some work. The sideways ones work for certain. Forwards, backwards. The biggest problem I have so far is if I try to tell it multiple instructions in a row, it won't do multiples in a row. It'll only do one at a time. So there's probably something I'm missing on how to pull that off. But whatever. I'll get around to figuring it out at some point. Oh, that's right, I no longer have jump forward as a thing. I want to replace these with better versions of stuff. This is a Voodoo Mama here. I don't really want to move away from target now. I think it's just going to be let's move direction one instead, probably. I'll get around to it. I don't know. One enemy at a time. I really need to, instead of jumping around and trying to make them all better, I'll just work on making a few better at a time, and then just every time I make a new move thing, they'll other ones will be able to inherit that. So the later ones will get more complicated just by nature of having more stuff created for them. I was gonna have an evil Christmas section. And this seemed like something I would actually use in it, but then I decided I might still have some Christmassy stuff. I don't know. They're not in the first area, so I don't really care because I want to make a demo that's really cool, and I don't super care about anything besides that demo at the moment. I want something from this one under attack. One of the animations, I forget which one it was. This one here. Standing melee attack here. Oh, it's a melee axe. Okay, from Mixamo. Alright, alright. Perfect. I already moved it over. I was just about to do that, but then apparently I don't have to. Just pop it here. Oh, that's right. It's actually wherever in the dad's stuff that her animations are, because they're tied to the model. Yes. I need an axe, just so I know which ones they are. I kind of want the the full secondary attack be a spin that just launches things out of the way, or like it knocks things back from her. Because right now, I don't really have a lot of crowd control for it, nor really actually a block for that matter either. So I'm gonna have to come with a block and maybe an enemy block too. I don't know. I don't really want to make the enemies too complicated though. Some might be complicated, but Poppet will probably need some method of defense. Currently, her method of defense is to try to evade, and her evasion is just absolute garbage. No point. Sweeten up my tea, which is very gross at the moment. Very bitter. Really should work on making like some kind of videos for this or something. I don't know. Or just videos in general. That's why I made this significantly less complicated. The right mouse. Not what I was looking for, but thank you. Not a montage. Soon to be a montage. Ooh, montage. Did it in a montage. I need a falling animation too. I'm gonna probably want to pimp out all Poppet's animations so she's got aerial ones as well. I need to do a lot of fixing of Poppet herself. She's just not quite, you know, a lot of things are really not very refined, and they need to be. Like, I need to refine her big time. Little dopey enemies don't got to be that refined, but she's got to be very refined. To be a refined girl. That's that animation is the slowest thing I've ever seen in my life. Hey Mike, how's it going? I'm gonna speed this up. Probably a lot. It's so slow. Nice, nice. How's your project going? Have you settled on what you want to do? Or are you still in the thinking phase? They're still getting hit by it. Also, Poppet's just laying dead. Now Poppet is flying in the sky, unable to move. These are things that happened. Stopping me from moving, interesting. You basically know what to do? I guess this is something. It's not the worst. I'm assuming basically know what to do just means make more waifus, right? Because there's never enough of those. Huh? Never enough waifus. I swear that's what dictated a lot of my game being centered around Toymaker kidnapping a lot of women. I actually just prefer to make female characters. That's generally what it is. I don't like writing for female characters at all, but The artist in me really likes to make them. That's true. On the other hand, it's a Metroidvania. How much writing could I possibly need to do, right? I mean, let's be real here. Yeah. Oh, why, oh. Is the character not, not able to move after? I don't think I need these for any reason. Sure, I'll do that. Check it out. I do love me a game dev loop. So, like, I mean, you can. I think we're all learning things. Not always, quickly, in my case especially, but we're all learning. Don't launch this target. Wait, no, I do want to launch target. Wait a minute, wait. I do want this to be a thing. I was hanging out, well, hanging out's a real strong phrase there. I visited this, Discord of, one of these, game dev YouTuber groups and everything like that was just, you know, they pinged everyone and wanted advice on their latest video, and I hadn't even watched it. I didn't really care. And they're like, why didn't anyone watch it? I'm like, okay, well, that I can give you. It's just like, I understand now. Maybe because it sounded really boring and I didn't care. I think I actually said something very similar. I don't know. They were talking about, like, you know, getting people to advertise their game with games journalists, and I'm like, have them all blocked on Twitch, man, on Twitter. Like, I don't want... Nobody listens to the games journalists anymore. Yeah, it was weird. I respect their hustle because at least they're honest about their how well their games have done on Steam and the numbers. And the numbers are depressing, but at least they're honest about it, which is something I don't usually see, where they just discuss the numbers and things. They've released some games in there, and the games have done not great. And to be honest, I can see why. I was just like, your game looks like it was made in RPG Maker. They discontinued one because they said it looked like it was made in RPG Maker, and I'm like, you mean it wasn't? Like, are you sure? Sure looks like it. Jesus. You could have done that for a lot less effort. I mean, it's just a top-down action RPG. Kind of. I don't know. They use Unity, and if there's one thing I've discovered, like 90% of the Unity games I see don't look very good. Like, Unity is so great for mobile because you don't have to have good graphics, and then, like, it just looks... Oh my god. Unity does no favors to 3D games. None. It's really bad with them. The 3D games I see in there just... Oh... I guess if it's the engine you're used to using, I don't know what to say other than that. They're more popular than I am on YouTube. They've got, like, you know, like, I don't know, probably over 20,000 subs. So, you know, I'm nobody. They're somebody, or more than me anyway. I got 1+1 sub. Saw that. Heck yeah. I have to check the weapon, don't I? That's what I'm looking for. Lost my train of thought on that one, what I was actually looking to accomplish here. I'm just clicking on things because it's fun to click on things. Yeah, I wouldn't want to get involved with them. The company itself is pretty trash, so... If you're already a major game in there, I understand why you wouldn't stop, because it's really difficult to switch, and if you've already invested a great deal of time, I mean, don't be like me, don't switch. But if you haven't invested a bunch of time, I wouldn't have anyone start with the engine. I think you probably should, if you're gonna do Unity, you should just do Godot. 100%. They're basically the same thing, only Godot doesn't have the ridiculous licensing problem. And they use like the same language and everything. So if you're gonna use Unity, just use Godot. I mean, it's fine. If you're gonna use, like, you know, you want to do 3D stuff, you should use Unreal Engine because it's just better at a 3D than the other engines are. It's not even close. If you're gonna do mobile, I mean, Godot probably. Unreal's can do mobile, and I have seen mobile games that are 3D and made in it, but it's not that common. I've seen. On the parent, I haven't looked at these weapons in forever. I'm not sure what I'm looking at them right now. Oh, I gotta get rid of this print string. It's been driving me crazy forever. I forgot I put this here. Once again, always delete your print strings when you're done with them. You'll find them later, and that's where that was. God damn it. Event sling weapon, currently attacking. Is that? Should launch target. I have the ribbon trail now. I don't know, I mean, you know, I bag on the RPG Maker games a lot. Sure, I do, and a lot of them look like trash. It's fair. I mean, you know, a lot of them, they didn't invest any time in their looks and everything like that, but man, I'll go to some of these, like, you know, game dev thingies on some of these discords where I see they're showcasing their work, and it doesn't look any better. I'm just like, oh my god, man, like, just invest a little bit in graphics. Come on, just a little bit, please. This is horrible looking. Oh my god. Why would you do this to me? I don't want to see this. I mean, it doesn't got to be a beautiful game, but you've seen those games in RPG Maker, the ones where it's the most, like, you can take the stock assets and make something that doesn't look terrible, and you can take the stock assets and make it look like, you know, what you would expect most people to do, which is these really bland, boring maps with, like, no details, no nothing. Yeah, that, except for with other assets. Yeah, like, I don't get why she's locking up. Huh. Yeah. I mean, I'm a graphics guy, so I like to make my stuff look pretty to start with, but I probably shouldn't. Or prettier. Yeah, she's caught in place. Why? Like, she can move as soon as she does this, but I guess somehow at the end of this, she was able to move that time. The inconsistent bug. I hate those. Also, bouncing off enemies' heads is pretty funny. Do 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 bonk. Yeah, it's definitely, I mean, with how many free assets are out there, you can totally just make your stuff look a little bit better. Especially in these other engines where, like, you know, I mean, there's almost no excuse in Unreal to make your stuff look generic. People will do it, though, and it's just like, come on, guys. Like, there's like over 1,000 free asset packs. You can do a little better. Oh, neat. I like it better when it crashes. It's better that way. Alright, well, we'll be launching the thing again here. Oh, did the stream collapse there? It might have. I know the engine crashed, so I know why too, because I put it up to Epic for the quality to take a screenshot, and I've just come to this conclusion that the level's far too big. Oh, good. Yeah, it's far too big for my computer to build it while running it and the streaming too. It's just too much. My computer it's a pretty powerful computer, but I mean, I guess there's just a certain level you gotta be in. I ain't there. Thankfully, you can just go to like engine scalability settings, and actually they're on medium now, so I guess to be fair, I didn't save after putting them on epic and then the thing crashed, so I guess they're ironically set on medium now. Cool. I would say the best choice you can possibly make for dungeon size and everything like that is whatever you can make the content most engaging for. Like, a super long dungeon that you don't do anything in is kind of boring, so I wouldn't recommend that. But you don't want it to be so short that they don't get to enjoy the content, so basically enough that they're always engaged, but never really left to do nothing. That's weird. For some reason, there's no thing there. I don't know. Anyway. Bit of investigation here. What was going wrong? Okay, so I don't think I have a launch thing set up yet. Or maybe I do. Well, it would start with them being damaged. So let's start with where I need to go here. So now let's start the chain where we really should start at, which would be the weapon itself, inflicting that. Yeah. So we're looking for should launch target. And that would be here. And I call the thing time to fly for some reason. Oh, I know why, because originally I was going to do air combos. Yeah, I don't know if I'm putting air combos in now. The biggest problem I have with air combos is my animations don't fit together very well to make an air combo happen. So to do that, I would need to sit around in DAZ and make a bunch of attack animations that fit together. Or pay someone to have done it. I mean, like, yeah, it's kind of weird. Why do I need a not in there? The not logic's always weird. I'm just gonna go with should launch target, if true, do this. If false, X for super attack. But super attack doesn't do anything yet. Well, I mean, it does, sort of. Oh. Go away, worthless string. Still finding some of those things. So we do this. I'm obviously going to rename time to fly to just launch target, but then it goes to BPM PC. Slow fall thing, this time to fly thing here. Let's guess I could just leave it actually. Launch velocity, and then it should just be launch character, right? Like, why do I have all this extra crap? Doesn't seem necessary. Because I was trying to do some weird stuff that just doesn't need to happen. Sure. The real question is, where did I set the launch velocity ages ago for this? Now it's saying YouTube's not receiving enough video for smooth streaming. I got nothing, man. Maybe I'll start streaming at 720p just because my internet's been so garbage lately, and it's better to stream than not. I have no idea. It could also be my computer can't handle the streaming plus this. I could also stream with the AMD codec, which is lighter. But then you get the screen smearing thing, like, you know, whenever there's any kind of action, so it's not very good viewing. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so it'll be on the weapon here, probably. Here's launch velocity set. Find references to launch velocity. Well, there's a get launch velocity, but I never set launch velocity. Then tick. The hit actor here. I have the location of the actor. Or the location, I guess, where the hit was. So I could set the hit location to a thing. There's an out hit location. Oh, don't do that. So we do this here. Multiply. That's a float, and then we'll give him a good smack. By like 1,000 or something. And then let's split this here. Actually, do I want to split it? I'm just gonna see what it does right now. I think that should be enough to get the job done. Be finding out. I really need to refine a lot of these systems. I should also need to, you know, load inside of the area and not above the ceiling there. For some reason, it keeps making this small section of the nav mesh not there, even though they can walk over it. Understand? Get it to redraw. I actually don't need it to be visible though. It's just a battle arena. I can test out things. That does not launch. And again, it locks our movement. Oh, this attack is so broken. No. Launch the target is there, attack type is there, super is there. On here, launch the target is set for the secondary attack, which is right mouse button. Okay. That seems correct. Oops. Sure, all that crap, no one cares. Obviously playing this animation. Where is it setting the movement to normal again? The thing that's interesting is this uses the exact same code as the other kind of attack. Like they're all passing through the exact same stuff, and all this is doing is setting variables, because I mean all this one does here is set variables. Play rates, costs if there are any. And then this one does the same thing, only it does, well, this doesn't actually do anything because I don't actually have any, there's nothing connecting to this side, so it's just this one playing, but might also slow it down some too, potentially, but overall though, this is the same thing. Melee attack timer doesn't seem very necessary, but sure. Oops. So that should be the same. Goes to here, swing weapon does this, and then launch target happens, which is the only real difference here. See, the super attack doesn't trigger on either of them. Current weapon is obviously working because it does swing it, and it does hurt the things. That's true. Obviously playing the montage. Uncompleted, if it's valid, and swing weapon would be... Huh. I don't need this. I don't need that. Don't need that. Not gonna work on that right now. This does the world scale thing if it's on a super, but has no other effect otherwise. It's just here. Alright, well, let's just go down the path and see where we're screwing up here. Doesn't cast a spell, so that shouldn't... I mean, it's getting to this point, and we know that. Interesting. Let's see if it's even reaching this point here, because that'll help dictate a lot. We'll backpedal as we need to. Launch target. Can't let my keyboard with like a second C in there. That's fair. Get a false on this one here. And then also on this here, so much of this game dev is literally just this. I don't want to Z override. Or I just sit there and mess around with this to see where I mess something up. Toss in a bunch of print strings to figure out where it is. Make a concept for something and then repeat the process. I'm trying to debate how I'm going to make a tarot that makes the plants grow. Launch target true. Launch target true. But you will notice it never gets to the other. I also cannot move until I use one of these, and then I can move again. But if you look now, my walking is completely broken. That's so weird. Okay, so we know that it doesn't reach this point here. But it did say true a lot. This should just be hit actor. I don't know what out hit actor is, but whatever it is does not seem like a thing that needs to exist. Let's start there. What is out hit actor? It has no references. I don't understand what that's supposed to be. Where? Find all references? What's referencing it? Why would I name anything that? Oh, the fool has it. That was supposed to be a super launch velocity all along? Huh. Well, hit actor would make a lot more sense than this other weirdo one that doesn't need to exist. I was not really setting it anywhere, so it was just like it was delivering the message to nobody. Whoa. Whoa. Look at him go. Okay, well, that might be a little ridiculous as far as... It is fun. Unfortunately, it sends them the same direction, which is bizarre to me. Oh, that time it didn't. I don't know why it's blocking my movement, though. Okay, well, we managed to make it launch him, albeit kind of more than they need to be launched, if you know what I'm saying. I'm just saying, it's maybe a little bit much. It does seem to kind of send them all the same way, though, but is there a launch force yet? Launch force. A lot of times I like to split the variable up because multiplying everything by the same number means that they go flying off like crazy. And usually I like to make the z significantly less than that so that they don't go flying off into the sunset. You know, we don't get the anime punch where they go flying away and you never see them again. They just get knocked back. Although being over the top is kind of fun. One of the problems is they could land on top of something and not be able to get down to the player too, so that could also be a problem. Well, we can just leave it tiny for a bit and figure out from there. I'm more curious about why the why she's not able to move suddenly. Like, it must be not disabling her or enabling her ability to move. Well, she's also just gliding too. Means there's like an additional problem that doesn't make any sense. as well organize this because it's kind of a mess. Lost the dig. Oh, where are we changing her movement? As far as I know, it's not on this. Like, the weapon itself does not change movement. I'm double checking to make certain it's nowhere on here about changing movement. I mean, just dictates whether or not something is hit. Plays noises on the weapon, but the Fool has nothing to do with it either. It just changes its scale and that's it. We've seen it launches them just fine, so it has to be somewhere in here. Here they do this. Oh, let's put a string here and see. I'm gonna make this much longer so I have a chance to look at it. Well, that's good to hear. You think you've got it all figured out over there? Tighten the loop up. I'd say my advice is just make the loop first and then tighten it after the fact. How does this work now? Now I can't move. It's if she's hit. If she's hit during it, it locks her in place. Like it negates this and does that, so it like the timing is that it can shut down her movement and then not enable it fast enough. I'm guessing. But where does this even lock down her thing there? I mean, she got hit. Huh. She didn't die, so that shouldn't matter. Launch target. Is anything stopping her this from triggering? Huh. Okay, that's puzzling. Bad timing. Yeah, just like that. And then from that point on, she's locked. They know how to duplicate the error. Yeah. Oh. Sadly, you can't use print strings on these animation graphs, but clearly this is where it's getting locked, I'm assuming. Because this is where it plays the hit animation. And somehow it's canceling this lower animation here, the walk run. Or the full equipped, I should say. Which just uses this as its animation graph. So, I mean... every white dot is an animation, by the way. Give you an idea of how many different animations are in, depending on to make her walk very nice and wonderful if you wanted to. But how does that shut that off? All right. Perhaps one of these is somehow getting triggered, and it causes her to do get frozen there. If that is the case, then I think I'll just do this here. Actually, to be fair, if it does both, this could actually just literally list that, and then the bottom thing could actually print the screen. So I could actually use that as a double interesting thing here. Turn right. Left. There. Clearly she's not dead, so I'm not worried about that one. Is hit. Should have set these at 30 seconds earlier, I was dumb. This is where it would lock up, since these are what's dictating if it's which animation it's displaying. So now I'm forever in is hit. I think it's not actually displaying if it's true, but I'm just stuck forever in is hit, so... So somehow attacking can interrupt is hit. So the real way to fix that should actually be to simply prevent Poppet from attacking if she's been hit or damaged. So you'd think his hit would have locked her in place anyway. His dad already handles it. So, that movement mode, character movement, sure. Actually, what we're saying, is falling. This does exactly what it sounds like it does. It checks if the character is currently falling. The main point for this is that if they're currently falling through the air, if I stop their movement, they'll float there. You don't want to stop the movement if they're in the air. You want to let them keep falling. If true, just progress to this. If not, if false, set to none so they don't take steps. Do this. And then at the end, we're going to run a very similar thing. This will let him walk again. That's right, we're curing paralysis here. Now walk again. Very good, very good. But now at the start of the attacks, there needs to be a check right at the beginning. Well, it can set these, I don't care if it sets them first, but I think there's a can act, right? Or can't act check? What does this do? Oh, currently acting? No, I'm gonna do it differently. I don't know about this thing. So, gets is hit? Branch. And, you know, we'll get is dead, just in case. I don't want the players to somehow be able to attack while they're dead. This 2 will be a branch. So false off this, and then false off this. And that means when she's hit, she shouldn't be able to actually attack, so hopefully it doesn't cause that weird problem where it's locked up. I mean, it's a fix I should have made a while ago. What happens, I usually just design a system and then make better versions of that system, but the first system's usually pretty rough. Hit me. But now I'm currently in the sky, which is awkward. Okay, so under death thingy. At least that problem was easier to fix than expected. Blah blah blah. No. It bugs me that this player death thing is just so bright. Like, it's all warm and cheery and stuff, and I don't know about that. A little darker or something. I already got a black one behind it, so I can't really make them all black. I guess I could, but... Yeah. Too bright. 0 out of 10. Do not like. So on reset game, somewhere along in reset game, I'm setting the actor movement. I'm never unsetting it. Well, I'm disabling the character input entirely. That's an option. But the character is then floating in the air. So no matter what happens, I think I'm just gonna make a quick set to set the character movement to be, you know, at least walking. Because a walking character still falls. It just basically means you can move. Set movement. You can set other movement modes here too. You know, you've got falling, swimming, flying, nav mesh walking, which I don't quite know what the difference is between nav mesh walking and normal walking, but sure. Walking is fine. All right. Kick me in the jimmy, people. I need to send a message back to them that the player is dead, by the way. So that they stopped spinning and attacking all crazily. All just fine? That's always good. Attack is really slow. And it always launches them in that direction, which is bizarre to me. That time it didn't. Here's the thing though, once they get launched, they just kind of sit here. Oops. So that appears to have fixed that problem, but at least some other issues. Let's remove all these first so I don't forget about them. I still have to get animations for the Hanged Man weapon. I still kind of want to make it wrap a rope around him and flip him upside down or something, which would be way cooler. I mean, you could put it around their neck too, but that might be a little extreme. I don't know about actually hanging the toys, but I mean, they're toys, so it is called the Hanged Man. So making it do that would be pretty cool, but it just being one of the little bubble wands is what we have now, and it is fitting that it's a stupid toy, which is kind of everything is in this, just stupid toys. But it's not that cool. Okay. So somehow their logic is being broken by that. Alright. Let's see what's happening here. Oh, Prince String, why are you wonderful? I wish it just defaulted to 30 seconds. I guess it's going to say it over and over, but at that point it just spams it down the side so I get an idea of the entire pattern of what's happening. Instead of just looking at it for 2 seconds and hoping that that was good enough. He died. That one came back. Well, now they're not stopping at all. So... that one is now. Wait, those aren't moving either. They're just sitting there. Okay, so those are just broken. See if I can break them all, or just kill them, whichever. I don't care. Yeah, there's the other problem. See, that one got stuck up there, too. Oh, well, that just passed through a wall now, didn't it? Cool. So their logic is completely broken because the list on the side is frozen, and it should be every, you know, new frame doing that, and you'll notice they're now vanishing. So it's just breaking their logic entirely. Huh. How is that possible? Because at the end of the day, this should, it should hit this, like the last one, and then cause to restart. I run in this here. And yet it's not. Can't act check is the problem. I see now. I see entirely the problem. So what's happening is, at some point this will iterate and it'll hit the can't act check. And act check will go, oh, is it hit? No? Okay, fine. Well, if it is, it'll say true. It'll go to true here. And it's like, okay, that's a problem. Or false here, like that. Either way, it's weird. They have to both be false, okay. Right? So can't act check here. Yeah, so false. Otherwise, this will go to true. Dead doesn't have to go anywhere, because once they're dead, they're going to go anyway. But if this, you know, is true, they can't act, then it just does nothing. Well, the way this works is it's supposed to do this, run through all these, get down to here, see this, and run itself again. So then it goes right back up here and does that, but because it doesn't, it hits this point and it doesn't do that. So the fix is actually really simple. This is why print string is a beautiful thing. The second you see the information going the wrong direction, or just, you know, coming out the wrong result, it's all basically every game dev problem by just putting enough print strings. Or in the case of like JavaScript, console log. Those people watched me do the RPG Maker stuff and saw just how many times I put console log on things. A near infinite amount, and I do about the same print string. Will they break? I don't think they will. I think they'll work now. Oh, I can't move because of me hit. She should get launched a bit when she's hit, I think, especially by these giant things that are, you know, spinning like that. Like, it should knock her around. I haven't seen that list break yet. That one's broken, though. Let's kill the rest of them and see what happens. Somehow that one of them got broken. Which so far it's just one. Which leads me to believe there's another problem going on. He's unbroken. Like, okay. So he must just be trying to do an impossible move. So I need basically a check to see if a move is impossible. Huh. Yeah, they seem like they're working fine. I haven't seen that list freeze up yet. I also haven't gotten stuck in air, so that's a good sign too. I do need to fix that whole direction problem. I might get the character forward vector or something and just have it knock them back based on that. Well, actually, I could get the look rotation of the which way the enemy's looking, and then to the player, and then have it launch it in reverse from that. to get the forward vector and then negate it, which will cause them to go flying backwards. Yeah, look, it hasn't broken yet. It got a little wonky, but the one that's up there is that can't move or broken, obviously, but it's not that they're even broken, too. If you look, they're trying to move. It's just that there's no nav mesh up there, so they can't. Well, I'm going to make certain they can move. I'm going to kill these ones off down here first, and then if I see the thing is still moving, we'll know that it's just because they're above the nav mesh. That one's trying. It's still moving. Yeah, he's still working. Yeah, this isn't going anywhere. They're just trying to roam. They just can't. Yep. Okay, so we fixed that problem. Fine. Pretty much, Mike. Pretty much. The print string makes it all good. So I don't need this anymore. Go the weapon parent. I'm just gonna lift this code straight out of here. Not there, but I don't want that print string around here. Something like this, just borrow the full thing here. Kind of float. I don't know if I want this. As far as it going to the actual Z, I probably want to add to the Z. Let's make a temporary ad first, and I'll make a better ad later when I figure out what I want to do with this, if I wanted to do that. Let's just do add. Operators add. Let's add like 100 or something. Let's launch them up a bit, but not like so much that they go flying off into the sunset. And like I said, this will just take their whatever their current Z is and then add 100 to it for the launch thing like that. Otherwise, this gets the I need to do hit actors thing here first of all. And I believe weapon owner is actually a thing. Owner of the weapon, yeah. This was an important thing that a message I have it send so that it knows not to hit the person who's wielding the weapon, because it'll do that. It'll hit it themselves when they swing it. So by giving it the owner of the weapon, I can exclude the owner of the weapon from that without knowing who the owner of the weapon is in advance. It's the same weapon system supposed to be for everyone. This is still jank, but for now, we'll see how this goes. Oh, I do need to connect this too, otherwise it won't launch. Right. I don't think I need the is super attack on there because as far as I know, I'm just gonna have special super attack things that happen. How you doing, boys? You're just standing there, huh? You just doing your thing? get the feeling I broke a connection and didn't bother to put it back together. I did. Smart. When I went to reconnect it, I grabbed the wrong one. Happens. So it ran the code thing one time and then never ran it again. It has to run it over and over and over to make it work, so... It's basically like Event Tick, except for Event Tick runs much more often and it's way heavier. This I can delay it and it doesn't run every frame like Event Tick. Perfect. Still pretty high, but you'll notice it doesn't launch him anywhere near as far. Though, the fact that it works even when she's laying on the ground is pretty funny. And it still kind of launched to a weird direction. Huh. Does seem to be still launching it pretty similar in just one direction, though. Like I want it to change. Vector math and I are not always on the best of terms, you know? Like, not always on speaking terms, I should say. Oh, you know, I think I understand part of the problem here. You want to negate the forward vector, not negate the result of multiplication. But I guess really, vectors, I guess, shouldn't be that hard to figure out, because the reality of it is it's just an X, Y, and Z. Yeah, that's what it is, X, Y, and Z. And then you can multiply it by a number, and then it just multiplies all of them by that number. Somehow that does the launch velocity thing, but I don't... I assume there's some code going on in there that takes the vector and uses it to throw them. I don't know on that one. That's how you get launch velocity. You just simply take a vector and multiply it by a float, usually. I mean, you could do an integer if you wanted. Okay, so again, it's not really knocking it away to the direction you would expect. I might be copying bad math here. This one might be better. I think it's actually this one here that I figured out earlier. And I'm just copying bad math. People will often have these stupid tutorials that are just wrong. I've actually learned that the secret now to tutorials for this is to check to the end of the tutorial and make certain their thing works. And don't forget to check the comments and make certain those are right too. You know, because a lot of times stuff does not work at the end of these tutorials and people just put them out anyway, and I'm just like, really? Really? You're just gonna release this tutorial into the wild that doesn't even work? Oh, gosh. Okay, so actually just get get actor or vector. Pretty much, Mike, pretty much. I definitely oh gosh, a number of horrible things like that where I tried to solve their problems. And the worst part is I would follow multiple tutorials and I'd start merging it all together into one system, and then their broken tutorial would be stuck in there, and I'd have to figure out how the changes I made plus how to fix their garbage. It just turned into a real nightmare. So be really careful with tutorials, you know? They certainly work. Check the end first. Alright, so this plus that times the launch force added to there. I could actually be doing something dumber. Wait a second. That's like move math. I'm trying to get the look rotation. Well, the thing about UE is there's really not one true tutorial on it. It's just kind of a thing, you know? I'm just gonna launch the character. I don't know if I need all that. The way I did it here was it's supposed to be facing the player first, and then it takes the vector. But it looks like it's backwards. Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is because the engine can do everything, there's no one true anything because the engine can do everything. So what were you planning on doing is the question. Even RPG Maker, there was no one true tutorial. There was plenty of ways to get to do things if you wanted to. A lot of the tutorials are kind of dumb. To be honest, I didn't watch a lot of tutorials for it because it's so self-explanatory. I don't even know why it needs tutorials. I'm sure it does for something. I need to look at rotation first. I really want them to launch away from the player. The other one there, they're currently looking at the players. This math doesn't work quite right because I need to do this as well, to face the player. So what needs to happen first? Do I set the active rotation? That's going to look really terrible though, right? Because then I have to turn them to it. And the only thing you want from the look at rotation here is you want the yaw. You don't want the rest of it. I have to do this first. I already have right here anyway. Let's make a vector. But from here, I actually just want the Z from this, and then I want the actual wait. The trick is to not turn them. How do I not turn them, but still get the forward vector of that, of the new result? Because I can make a vector, then I can't get forward vector. I get rotation. So it would be something like this. And then I can get active forward vector? Okay, maybe I'm not going to go that much trouble here. I have a better plan. I'm going to have to think about that because I'm getting better with vector math, but what I'm trying to accomplish here does not seem like it's quite doing what I want. Let's add 100 there so they're launched. We're just going to use this. I'm just going to grab the whole thing then like a weirdo. Because as long as it launches them away from the character, yes, I don't super care. If it's completely the opposite direction, I still kind of want it to be the opposite direction though. It would look better. Whatever, let's see if this part works first before I start trying to get really complicated. Currently locked in place and can't move either. Nice. I might broke her animation in this process too. Think. I don't know how I broke that though. Oh, vector math. You're the worst. Just how bad it was earlier when I was trying to figure out why the characters wouldn't move. Even though it's like, I have a literal place. I can see where it says they're going. Mostly just knocking him up. That time it didn't. Knocked him to the side. They have a little leap back that they do anyway after hitting you. Oh, vector math. Let's just make it simple. It'll just take whichever direction they're currently facing and just knock them the other direction. Sure. Don't gotta set anything special, don't gotta do anything special. Let's just do this. Make this a vector down here. And we'll just take Z and add we'll just add 100 to it. It's fine. That's the same as adding jump force. This isn't even negated. It's the same code. Why is it not negated? That doesn't jump backwards. Never mind, negate vector's right there. I'm stupid. I split it up. Smart. Just gonna keep stealing code out of things and see if I can get my vector math right, because figuring it out a second time sucks. Doesn't seem like it's launching them. I get more over the top. I need to look at the code for Poppet getting launched, because Poppet's, she gets launched away from the thing just fine. I'm probably going to borrow her code in a second, because she already has an explosion thing where she gets hit back. This kind of launches him back. I mean, that's cool. Not very well, though. Not even effective. That's no fun. Okay, let me look at Poppet's code here. She has a thing to launch her, so... But it might be on the Andy Bell, actually. Yeah, launch target. So, if you can't combat, which means that she should have a launch target. So, what I'm thinking is instead of having all this math on the weapon, why shouldn't the math just be on the BP NPC? Because BP NPC already knows itself and it can find the active location of like wherever it's at. Sure, why not? I'm doing all this effort here, but why? And launch target's already a thing that exists on the in combat, so you know. So I just apply a launch force and a jump force, and it's usually good enough. It's targeting that, gets the look rotation, gets the forward vector, multiplies that. Yeah, I already did all this math. See, once again, I've done so many things I forget. I also followed a bunch of people's tutorials to figure out a bunch of stupid movement things, and now I'm discovering they're all over the place for which ones were which. Yeah, about that. Launch target, so weapon parent. Launch target. Send a message to the hit actor. And the launch source is going to be the owning actor. Or the weapon. I haven't actually... I guess I should have each thing set as a launch force here. Yeah, I'll make a launch and jump force, why not? Jump force. Remote variable. I'm just gonna default to like maybe like a couple hundred just to really knock them, but not knock them so ridiculously, and then launch force over here. And then I'll just individually edit those based upon that, and I'm just gonna ditch all this dumb crap I was doing. This is just stupid. A lot of my, I guess it's not like it's not worthless that I did it. It does teach me a lot about vector math to sit there and experiment with it. But you know, I did already kind of do it, so it's kind of stupid. Kind of. Well. And they'll just currently all have the same for now, and then I'll have a thing later for changing it up, because I mean I can just adjust these variables on each of the children anyway. As you can see, launch force is right there, and then, you know, jump force there, so I can just edit them per weapon. Not a bad plan. Did the stream crash? There's the question. I had an engine crash thingy again. I guess I can check and see if it's actually streaming on, by going to the actual page. A lot of problems with the internet lately. It looks like it went to it, so that's good. Bonus there on that. Of course, it apparently knocked out my viewers or something. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, time to test. Oh, look at how much better that is. Like popcorn. Beautiful. Needs to be stronger than that, though. 100% stronger than that. But I must say, I am considerably more impressed with that code, or that math, I should say. Oh, vector math. Why are you so complicated? It's actually not as complicated as I'm thinking it is. I'm starting to understand it a lot better. It's basically math classes that I don't remember from like 20 years ago. Like, I don't remember them. That's what I want. I want it to be like, you know, enough to make a difference. But I'll probably speed up because I really want it to actually be somewhat effective. And knocking them back. Crowd control. The super version of it, because you can activate super mode and it just makes your weapon bigger. I want to put a timer on that for how long it is and just activate it, use a whole bunch of your curse or something. This one's just living it up. He's like, yep, what you doing, buddy? I live here now. This is my spot. Oh, he's dead. Okay, so it does what I want. That's a good sign. It said walk for some reason. Why did it say walk? Where am I print stringing now? Also, I don't need this, this here when I have better version already. launch NBC away from actor, I guess. Sure. Good, good. Things are working much more nicely. I don't know about this slower if things want. I don't think I'm gonna do like air combos. That just seems like not happening. I don't think so. This isn't Poppet May Cry or anything like that, you know, like at some point it's maybe a bit much. I do want the combat to be fun, but I've decided I just want it to do a whole lot of hits as opposed to fight a whole lot of enemies and just do like mad damage as opposed to, like, you know, one really tough enemy. Like, I don't want Dark Souls or anything. I will be right back. I'll break you. Alright, back again. Feel like an hour and 39 minutes. Mostly just fixed a lot of problems with these things like that. One of the other things I was working on doing was I think I want an actual like crosshair that appears on the screen, and I want Poppet to be slightly off-centered. And the reasoning for it is she's blocking being able to see things. I did move her to the side a bit, but I'm not sure. Maybe I moved the camera over slightly more. Well, not the camera, but the spring arm itself. Especially for the projectile weapons. Because no matter how I do it, she's always going to be in the way. You need like an over-the-shoulder setup, basically. But we need some work too. do kind of like it off to the side a bit. Okay. So let's get with a simple HUD thing here. We'll just leave the target on there the whole time for the moment. Not interface, it's HUD, or UI, I guess. What are we gonna use for a HUD? Thumb through my pictures here real fast and drag something over. Look, I have anything specifically made for this. Could use one of the orbs. That's true. Minus 50, then minus 50 should put it directly in the center. Not an ideal thing, but might get the job done for purposes of testing. Probably something better. Maybe a way to aim. Works pretty well for the bubble thing. Makes this weapon infinitely better. Still terrible before, now it's like passable good. Oh, way better now. You can actually target and hit things. Okay, so let's create a second HUD here. Not that. Duplicates. Widget, hanging demand, I guess. Arrow hanged man, I don't know. I mean, there still be says widgets, but I didn't need those widgets. Okay, so let's put the bubble on here. Bubble. I know it's supposed to be an orb for fortune telling thing, like a crystal ball, but it looks like a giant bubble, so it's a bubble now. Should we like 20, or should we like 50 and 50? Minus 25, so it centers it. Hey, why is it off center now? That's weird. It's actually perfectly centered. Oh, alignment. There we go. That's way smarter. Here I'm doing this math thing. I just do alignment. I forget these things all the time. We have so many things. You usually need reminders for random things unless you're working in that currently. It's just there's so much. All right. So and then on this one here, we're gonna go ahead and remove this because I don't actually need it. It's just for purposes of testing. But then we gotta go to Poppet. It's just a lot of going on in her thing right now, and she doesn't need all this. Just the event graph is fine. Let's see. I have the code right here for this beautiful thing here. We're going to create a widget, add a viewport. We're going to do it on the equip weapon here, which is under system, I believe. We're going to call this promote variable. This will be weapon HUD. Add a viewport. And this will be arrow fan? No, hangman. Do this, add here. And then add a viewport, blah, 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 blah. What's this going here? That it was. Oh. Just me being dumb. What? Thought I promoted it to variable. Or call it weapon HUD. But none of this specific crap. I don't know why it wants to be all specific. It doesn't need to be specific. Widget. Yeah, sure, go ahead. Whatever makes you happy, buddy. Add to viewport? That works, but apparently if it's an object reference, it does not work. Widget? Sure. That doesn't even work. I just thought it would be a regular widget, but not. Oh, because it's a user widget. Because somehow user widget and widget are just different. Don't question it. It's dumb sometimes. Do I need to call in owning Claire? No. Okay, just checking. Okay, so equip weapon has this, and then go ahead and double check that so it actually works. Where did I what order did I put this one at? Just 0? It's fine then. Okay, so next thing I need is unequip weapon. Check if it's valid. And from parent. Because destroy widget doesn't do what you think it does. You have to remove it from parent. It's dumb, don't question it. Or do, whatever, it's fine, I question it. It's dumb. But sometimes the dumb is the answer. Really makes you wonder what the question was. Would that I had a good answer for that one, but a lot of times I don't. So now, whenever the hangman is equipped, it should put the little bubble in the center to show that, and I figure that's a pretty good target for a thing that basically encases stuff in bubbles. I'll improve my bubble animations and everything, but right now we're making some improvements. We really want the game to be really, you know, polished. Yeah, now it's gone, and it's back again. Need better animations for her, though. I don't like these animations. Also, I kind of want a super for it. Overall, it definitely operates better. One of the things I want to check though is interaction with other stuff. Because I might have the interaction done a little weirdly, and I want it to interact in a way that I don't, well, that I can still turn things on and off and stuff like that without it being awkward. There's a good spot for that. Here's probably fine. Oh, see, it does perfectly fine. I like that better. The fact that it's not like right over the top of it means you can actually, you know, see where it is. It's really helpful. I don't know, I didn't think about the third person over the shoulder already a long time ago. But here we are doing here we are things. I'm not sure I want these windows here. I kind of want the windows to be not a thing until later. Makes one window, I want one window to be really special because it's, you know, based entirely upon the RPG Maker version of the game, the one window where you could try to originally escape and later kill yourself in the other versions of the game. So, yeah. Indeed. Okay. Thought there was something interesting being messaged at me, but nope. Just dumb crap. People still thinking that the, you know, media is a good place to advertise your game. I don't watch. I don't pay attention to the media. You can advertise your game on it all you want. I ain't gonna pay attention. Whatever makes you happy, you know. This room. I was gonna have stuff that floated in it, but I don't know how I feel about that now. I might just stick with the other thing and not have a floaty thing. One of the things I was considering doing is having the Emperor be a protection thingy. I guess I could make that really fast. So it's the kill zone thingy. Pretty soon I just put a kill zone underneath Alice, right? Where be this thing is it, or the kill darkness? Okay, yeah, sure. You had it to kill plain parent actually. Should be easy. It should just be I believe there's an interface to check if a certain card is equipped. The light parent would have it. It'll explain, I'm sure. 1 second. Or the light thingies would. Oh, maybe not. The movable objects would have it. Sure. Okay, is tarot enabled? Perfect, perfect, perfect. Interact interface? Sure, sure, sure. Let's go ahead and add the interact interface. Sure. Let's do this really fast. Are enabled, and then the Emperor is which one? Begone, foul creature. You do not belong in this world. As I talk to the tabs. Do not question. Tarot cards. Let's see. We are looking for the Emperor, which is 4. The Emperor is all about protection, or at least that's one of its things, so if anything's going to protect you from the crushing depths, it will be the Emperor. Do not have the Emperor equipped. That is the thing. And I guess I give the tarot interface too. This almost should be like on the tarot interface, isn't it? But I guess everything else is using it, so. I don't know if I have one of those, but tarot interface here. Throw the Emperor. Turn Emperor on. I guess it could just be an auto. What I want to do is if it's below this thing, then I want it to turn it on. That's the custom interactable. Don't mess with that. I don't need that. We're gonna need one more thing here. And be protected from. This is because I want to use these kill planes also to prevent them from leaving the area entirely, like leaving the game area. So if true, do this. Move up here. If not, just destroy the player. Okay. And then for here, go ahead and add the tarot interface. Emperor. Other actor is just fine. I don't know why I'm actually getting the player character over and over. At this point, it's already checked to see if it's Poppet, so by checking your tag, because it has the tag Poppet. A surprise of nobody. Oh. Dumb. Emperor message. We have one more thing here. Get actor location. And then just get actor location with, actually, I just copy paste. It already does itself. Okay, and then we're gonna split this. Let's split it, because I only care about the Z on this one. And then if this is No, this is greater than the player Z. So a branch here. So if this turns out to be greater than the player Z, we're going to turn the Emperor off. And if it's not, turn the Emperor on. Okay, and then on Poppet, so it's just Tarot the Emperor. This is coming from there. Tarot the Emperor. Perfect. I'm gonna save after doing all that's enough to, just in case it crashes or something stupid. Like it loves to do. Okay, I don't think I need this twice. Originally it was going to be an ability to activate. Let's see here. But I don't want to set the movement mode anymore. I think I'm gonna redo this a bit. This was like a blocking thing, and I do kind of want to keep the block. This is gonna get complicated, I can already tell. Myself a little more space here, play with the Emperor. I have a branch off this. And then, if true, we're going to remove it. We'll do a... is valid. Just so it doesn't screech at me when the one time where it's not valid and it tries to destroy it and it still works, but for some reason it's like angry about it and it's like, but it still works. Why in the world is there an error if it still works? So weird. For the Emperor. That'll disable it, and then we're gonna enable it here. Wait, I don't need to validate that. That makes no sense. It's going to create it right here. Why would I validate something it's going to create? I might also change it to not block particles or something else. I'm not even sure I'm giving this out at this point though, but it will actually prove to be very handy very quickly. Maybe I will, maybe I won't, but... We'll see. It's possible I want it to emit light because it's underwater, so it's going to be really hard to see. We'll see about that, though. That's a perfect test room. Zero out of 10 did not do as intended. The Emperor is in fact enabled. That's tarot enabled. Okay, where did I botch this? It is tarot for the Emperor, right? Like, copy and paste it just to make certain I'm not missing some spacing or something bizarre. Okay. Oh, I see. But I couldn't even see because it's so dark on my screen. I forgot to my little thing to make it so that you can actually protect from a particular kill zone. I didn't turn it on. Might prove handy. Just saying. Well, here's the thing. It didn't cause the character to die. That's a good sign. Okay. But it also didn't put a force field around her either. That's kind of lame. Not bad. We get the job done. Okay, so it's supposed to message back. So it does this. So let's do some testing here. Point string. Point string. Very exciting. I like the point string. My typing skills are truly. Emperor falls? Wait. I think it's backwards. Art. See if it's at least getting to her. You know, it's reaching the point where it finds it because it doesn't kill her. So it knows it's her. Woohoo! Well, it made it. But it needs to attach to the below player scene. There's a below player scene. There is. It doesn't stay attached. That's weird. I guess just attached to... It's a good place to attach to Poppet. Actually, root's probably just fine. It's like the bottom never. That seems fine. Root? Seems like I should be using Tinka for my thumbnails. I don't know. I should make some sort of videos that people actually want to watch as opposed to just me dicking around with this. It sort of attaches, but it doesn't totally attach to her. Like, you can see the little things around her, so it is kind of doing it, but only half the particles. This particle has some problems, I think. Let's not use that particle. That particle sucks. All my friends hate that particle. And my friends would never lie about a particle. I mean, they might. I don't know. They probably don't know much about particles, to be honest. Almost none of my friends actually do game dev. Honestly, I don't hang out with a lot of people anymore. Maybe I should go get more friends who do game dev. Yeah, I think this spawn emitter is just a terrible choice. Well, Priest Wave is okay except for one problem. It just doesn't work very well because it's not infinite. We can do this one here and just move it down and then shrink it. I think I'm going to make it protective from the curse too. Oh, but I can't do that because then she has no magical powers. Like, it's literally required for her to be in darkness intentionally in order to get her powers back, but she dies from it, so. I don't know how to do that yet. Let's figure something out. Or I'll have to have lights underwater or something. I don't even know. Things that glow. Maybe things that glow, probably. Anyway, we'll figure this out. I suppose I had to look at it from the bottom a little bit. Yeah, I may need to find some sort of videos that actually garner traffic, because I mean, sometimes streaming can be okay and I'll get like a handful of people watching, but you know, not that many. Emperor particle. About like that's fine. And then let's activate. Do not auto activate particle. Also, while I'm at it, I'm gonna remove these stupid red strings so I don't forget. I've definitely done that many times and I hate myself every time I do. Okay, so instead of spawning the particle, what we'll do is we will grab the Emperor here. I'm literally clicked on it. Activate. I don't care about a block particle anymore. I don't know why I clicked that and not the other, but sure. This. And then we're going to take the Emperor particle again. I no longer care if it's valid because it's always valid. I'm just going to deactivate it. And then we'll set this here, and I'll figure out something. Some glowing crap. Something for underwater. Okay. Alright, well, all my friends hate this order. So I'm gonna flip them just so it doesn't cross the streams. We do the Ghostbusters thing, you cross the streams, and it just, you know, ruins your entire game. It just actually deletes all your save files and everything for the game, corrupts everything, teaches you never to do that again. That's why blueprint coding is so dangerous. Okay, so I believe that's all I need. Nothing anything else I wanted to do, but I don't think so. And now the particle is just literally attached to her, so it shouldn't matter about this attached to component thing or whatever. It's just not working. Some things just don't work very well on UE. I've been finding. No, that's still... It's just not a very good particle. It only works wherever she's currently at. Huh. Worst particle ever. I want something that's infinite. Move this one on the screen, then I'll put this over here, I guess. Actually, I can put it both on the screen. I can make dreams come true. The aura goes forever. That's not a bad one. Really hard to see. They're a weird angle, but I don't care about those. Fire shield. Kinda sexy. Even sexier if it actually works. And follows her. Okay, so apparently this is the worst thumbnail I've ever had, and timing is terrible. Not a lot of traffic. Well, at least I get a lot done, so it's really, at the end of the day, that's what matters the most, I guess. These are cascades, right? Those are impacts, though. I don't really want impact. These are sound effects? Yeah, okay. I love me some sound effects, but I kind of want a particle that just gets the job done here. And there's always the Infinity Blade whenever you need an effect. The Infinity Blade has your back. That's not terrible. They are following her, except for that it's not staying on. Huh. Well, let me go with this theory here. What if it's attached to the mesh itself? I should have shrank it too. Or maybe even made it taller. I could even just make Poppet herself have a glow as well. Instead of having a particle, she could have a light. That's an idea. What if she had a light? Is that cooler? Let her see. None of these particles refresh fast enough because the particles spawn like things wherever they're at, and that's all they do apparently. So that's not very handy. It's good temporarily, but if you don't want your character to always have the particle, evidently. One of the things I could do is post-process. I could do that. Add a post-process. Let's see. Don't attach to that. It just can be attached to the camera. I guess. Actually. Let's try Emperor post process. Is that really what I want to do? I think a glow might actually be better than a post-process, because I already have one post-process going to show underwater, so it seems kind of almost ridiculous. Right. Actually, a spotlight would make sense. That wonderful spelling. Okay. I don't know why I didn't just do 90 and call it square. I did 90. You want the attenuation rate, but it's the cone size, right? I think that even looks underwater. I don't want to worry about disabling it, enabling it until I even have an idea how I want it to be. I can't even see it. I find I am unimpressed. I think I'm gonna stick with the original particle plan. Try a few others until I find one that's refreshes fast enough that it doesn't matter. Did I lose part of the particle? I wonder if I did. Where's the cursed particle? I'm curious. All these elements here. Huh. These are Niagara ones. What this? I hate looking at particles to get away from all the compile. It's not permanent. I might just go with one that's already compiled rather than wait for all these to compile. Yeah, I'm good on that. I don't want to wait for him to compile. Okay, fine. I guess I'm waiting for it to compile. Sure. And waiting. Very unpopular night. I see. Same thing, basically. Let's just use what I currently have, and I'll just make it, like, I'm gonna make it faster, but I can make it, at least smaller, so it kind of fits the character a bit. Oops, something like that. Okay, I was like, where are my things again? That's pretty fast. If I just shrink its size a bit, that's also necessary here. Well, some things I could do is I could also increase the height, right? That's a beautiful thing about Cascade ones. You can just adjust the size, which you can't do that with the other one. I actually might want to flip it. That's an interesting idea. That's interesting. I am calling it a bit here. Already been like 2 hours and 40 minutes, and they ain't no one watching, so it doesn't really matter that much. That's not too bad. Wait, what? Why did it seem like it shut off? Oh, I see. At some point, it actually just goes to a lame version of it. That's not that cool. It seemed so good before that. Wow. You think you know a particle, and then it does this to you, and you're just sad. Just stick with one of the simple particles like those, I guess. Whoa. That is not what I thought it would look like. They don't stay though. Like if it just stayed the same thing, it'd be awesome. I don't think auras are quite what I'm looking for here. I thought they would be, because you'd think they would just go forever, but they don't. I don't think any of these are the ones I'm looking for, probably. Maybe. Okay, it's just some stupid little thing. Got it. Doesn't even look good. Yeah, that looks... Maybe. Not fast enough. Let's see here. Finding a particle that doesn't suck is a real challenge. I could make one, but I haven't really looked into how to make them yet. I'll get to that eventually, I'm sure, but... That could work. As long as it's, you know, a forever particle and not a, aha, like, you know, 15 seconds in, no longer exists particle. Let's see if it follows her when she falls in or not. Oh, that could be the perfect particle, apparently. Alright, well, then I will, First off, I'll make it a little larger, but maybe like 11 or... Actually, we'll go with 12. Sure. So then... Activate... That spell, apparently. Activar. I've activated it. Neat. Okay. Alright, so there's that. Doesn't interfere with her dress, though, so I'll have to figure out how to fix that. A lot of particles do, but how am I going to put it directly on her and have it not interfere with her dress? And it's only sometimes it does, too, so it's just based on the angle. It's definitely a thing. I'm not sure why I'm working so hard on a particle that's not even supposed to be in the demo, an ability that's not even in the demo. But here we are doing here we are things, and yeah. Alright, so am I going to include the flooded area in the demo? I guess that's the big question I gotta ask myself here, because it can fall down into it. But what Thomas Brush said, only make a demo that's like 10 to 20 minutes, and given Poppet's size, this entire area here is going to take her longer than that. So it seems kind of unnecessary. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to think about that one. I guess I could make a light that goes underneath there anyway. I'm gonna work on this room for a while. It's more fun. While I think about what I want to do with that. These have all the possessed objects. And an ability that puts them in, like, forces them to go to the right location temporarily while slowly draining away. Apparently there's enough light in here that she's not losing that power. There we go. It didn't actually cost anything. Why isn't it costing anything? Be draining the curse power. Hmm. Oh, Hierophant, why are you broken? With all this crap. Make the number bigger. It should, in theory... Oh, wait. I see what the problem is. It was trying to find... I copy-pasted the wrong thing. It was trying to find the wrong... string in this string map. So we didn't have the corresponding value. Okay. You know, my poor computer is just like, why do you do this to me? Well, it didn't start out to be this too much of a strain to the computer, but as it gets bigger and bigger, it's slowly going down. It might be a little too generous with how slowly it goes down, though, but I don't know. Like, depends on how much I want it to be a thing. Plus, it can go back up if you're in the darkness. There's no light over in like that. I don't want the Emperor enabled for this, so I don't want him to be able to fall into the water. Actually, given that you can fall to a lower area, there might be points where I want them to have the ability to intentionally disable the Emperor, so it just kills them and respawns them, as opposed to them falling down and then being really sad and having to come back up. Not a bad idea. Let's start putting lights places, since we need light so she doesn't just keel over dead. But not that often, so, I also have to build a world of crap that's holding all this stuff up. Eventually I might have some fights on top here. I could also stretch a table too, but that might be a little weird looking. She needs at least one light in any given area. Well, that's not true. She could have to run all the way back. I could be that guy. Let's put it far away. Grab a spawner. I'll put some Annies here. They're fun. I don't think we need that many. I think 5 will be good. And then let's put more garbage places so that they can float around and make it possible to jump up to things. How much point in having this chair here if there's going to be a table right here, is there? Ooh. Could make the chair possessed, but that's kind of weird. Maybe I'll make a ridiculous chair thing to crawl around on. Why not? I could see myself doing this stuff. I'm gonna put things under them eventually, so they are held up by something, and you're gonna be able to fall into the world underneath when you actually have the Emperor. So it will be cool eventually, but I'll worry about stacking garbage later. Let's do weird stuff this time here. Let's put a couple of things here, maybe like a plate or something, just so they can get up to it. Also gonna grab another spawner, put it up here. Do I have a spawner up here? What is this? Oh, that's just the thing to remind me where things are at, so I know what I'm looking at instantly. It can be a party up here. If that's the case, this should be a much bigger table, I think. Let's make it like a 40. I'm not quite that big. It's a pretty big table. Make certain the lamp is situated on it. Chair is underneath it. Fair enough. Maybe I'll do like 3 plates here for funsies. Give people a reason to use the Hierophant to put him back in place. I'll put it inside the table, put it by the table. Okay, and then maybe I'll put that over here. Go ahead and break this group for a moment. Make the door open for funsies. Turn this light on. Put this light on top of something. Well, that should be somewhat more interesting. Okay. Delightful chaos. That's what we're hoping for. Oh. Well, at least I know that works. Oh, the Annie spawned underground. Under the water. Well, that sucks. Oops. For those people curious, I'm actually platforming using a keyboard and mouse, so it's much harder than it should be. It's really not very... Oh, I didn't actually put a, I need to make that thing not last as long. I didn't actually put a nav mesh. I'm definitely going to weaken the Hierophant. It's too strong. And I didn't include anything for me to land on, so that kind of sucks. But I do like that they're basically like candles, effectively. So I could put them on top of a giant cake. In fact, I'm going to do that. I'm going to find a giant cake and put them on top of it as candles. In their own twisted little world, it will make sense. But I need a nav mesh. Perfect. Sure, it goes in other places, but I'm gonna make a giant nav mesh eventually anyway for all of it, so. Okay, I need the spawn locations for this to be nowhere near as far apart. I think they can walk off ledges. I'm not sure on that. I'm gonna have to figure that out. Yeah, well, let's put it over here. We seek cake. Very important. I was kind of hoping for a better cake than that. I'm sure it's just named something different. I know it. I have enough random weird interior mansion thingies and stuff to have some kind of cake somewhere. Anyone who says different hasn't looked through the 9 million things that I have. This one sucks because I was really good. I bought it and then like 2 months later, Yui just gave it out for free. Sorry, Epic gave it out for free. Yui itself doesn't give things out for free, but Epic did. They're just like, here you go. I was like, if you guys had just done this 1 month earlier, I could have returned it. Decorative elements. Maybe a cupcake is all I have. It's kind of weak if that's the case. Surely there's some kind of pastries or something. There we go. Pie. Sure. Pie it is. Drag the pie over here. Make it a big pie. That is a mighty pie. Be a mightier pie. Now that is a pie. Just one problem. I want the spawner that's now currently in the middle of it. I'm not sure if I want to put cups over by there, because if I put cups over by there, unless I put them, I guess I can put them upside down. I don't want the enemies to fall into the cup, because they'll be too stupid to get out of the cups. 100%. They'll be way too stupid for that. That's while I'm at it. I think I already have a cupcake spawner here. I thought I have one in here. Cupcake spawner? Oh, there's Strobe Possessed. These ones are. This might be a dumb thing to have in here, but you know what? I don't care. Doesn't matter. Hmm. Almost kind of awesome, actually. I'll grab these small candles and put them up there. Mostly just too lazy to make my own special ones for it. I don't care that much. 1,000 is fine. Oh, scammed. Yeah, the Hierophant needs to cost way more than it does. Oop. Damn. Harder than it seems. Oops. I can change the can walk off edges thingy. I think it'd be more of a game. Like, there's just a lot more to it. I like that. No walking off ledges. I want them to stay in play. Actually kind of fun. I'll spawn down there. They all spawn down there. Huh. Oh, it's been like 3+ hours. I think I'll call it for tonight. not the most popular stream. I really gotta start streaming either later or earlier. It just seems like this is not the time. I get like no views during this time. Yeah. Anyway, to anyone who watched in the future, watching up to this point, thanks, and I'll be back to stream later soon enough. Just keep an eye out. Catch you later.